today we're going to talk about how to pack a rucksack for our patrol. So the first thing we want to do is determine what type of patrol we're going on. So depending on orders that you've been giving from higher, or what you as a leader have decided that's the necessary action to take. So it could either be a combat patrol where you're going to do some kind of actions on objective like a raid or an ambush, or it could be something like a recon patrol where you're going to scout out a location, do a little leader's recon, or it can be a deterrence patrol. And deterrence patrols are kind of a part of like ground domination activity where you're just trying to show that your force has presence in an area. And you want to show people that you're here and you're not, you're willing to fight for whatever territory that you've gained. So once you know that, that will help you build out your packing list for your patrol. So instead of it being really cookie cutter in this video and me just telling you, oh, you need to bring, X and Y amount of these items, I'm just going to tell you what kind of items you should bring and let you figure out the rest. Because the thing is about, trying to build out patrol kits or any kind of kit for other people, I'm not entirely familiar with what your situation is. So I don't know, some things that might work for me might not work as well for you. So without further ado, we're going to first start on our, this is the bulk of your kit when you're on patrol, is your sustainment items. So your sustainment items include things like your sleep system, your shelter system, any like canteens, or things that you will use to collect water. And this is also going to include like your MREs, your rations, and to kind of round out your sustainment items, it's going to be your hygiene kit. So your hygiene kit will include things like, your toothpaste, deodorant, baby wipes / toilet paper. And I know that some people think, oh, I don't need toothbrush / toothpaste to go out on a patrol. But as someone else said, you never know, a 4-hour patrol could become a 4-month occupation. So do bring those hygiene items, and if you're concerned about the smell of them giving you away, which some harsh soaps and deodorants can, just go with unscented. Unscented's easily available. There's no reason not to run an unscented like toothpaste with a little toothbrush in your pack. There's no reason not to do that, because it keeps you from getting sick and also keeps you from getting other people sick. So please do bring those hygiene items. So next we're going to move on to our fighting load items. So that's going to include more things like, your ammunition, which you can keep either in full 30-round magazines in your pack, and some people like to do stripper clips, like multiple stripper clips rubber banded together inside your sustainment pouches. Either way is fine, but I do recommend that you carry an appropriate amount of magazines, and then if you want to add some stripper clips in there after that, that's okay. And lastly, the most fun part is we're going to move on to specialized equipment. Give me 1 second. Specialized equipment. So your specialized equipment is going to be things like rangefinders, thermal imagers, your e-tool, wood processing tools like axes, handsaws, and machetes. And items like scrim are also a specialized equipment item. And not every patrol you're going to need to bring all these items. You're not going to need them for like every single one of these for every patrol. You won't. So determining beforehand what your mission is and what your objectives that you need to complete during that mission is going to determine what you bring. So, some recon missions, you might need to plus up on your camouflage. So something like scrim is really going to help you out in that process. Or, you might have to, make a patrol base and you want to do some shell scraping. Something like an E-tool is going to be really beneficial to have on your ruck to help you, do those shell scrapes, dig fighting positions, things like that. To finish our conversation on rucks that we're going to use to go on patrol, we've already kind of discussed the what you should bring. Now we need to kind of discuss how we should put it in our rucksack. So right here we have a Crossfire Mark 7, and I'm just going to use this to demonstrate to you guys how to essentially kind of fill in your rucksack. So your lightweight kit items like wet weather gear, like water collection, ammunition, or your shelter system should go out in your sustainment pouches, because it's stuff that you might need fairly quickly at a moment's notice, especially things like ammunition, and you can just pop open your sustainment pouches and just get in there and grab it really quick so you can use it. So anything that's fairly heavy and bulky that you're not going to need immediately needs to be inside the actual main compartment of your ruck. And continuing on with that, we have a Eagle Industries assault pack right here. So, especially if you're doing a combat patrol, you don't want to just tote around your rucksack all the way to the objective. You're going to want to drop your rucks at your ORP and have whoever is staying behind watch over them while you take the necessary items in your assault pack. But we're going to get into how that kind of fits into this whole system here in a second. But before that, what we're going to talk about is how the weight is distributed in the pack. So down here at the bottom, that's going to be your sleep compartment. So you want your, your lightweight sleep items like your sleeping bag, jungle blankets, things like that to be down here in the bottom, especially if your rucksack has a quick access compartment right here. So what you want to do as you work your way like up the pack, when you start to get to stuff that's going to be essentially in the middle of your back right here, that's where you want your heaviest kit items. So things like batteries, your water, things like that, you want to keep it close to you, because the further that weight gets away from you, it's going to want to pull you back, and it's also going to be really strenuous on your body to try to like keep yourself upright while you're rucking. So how we're going to do that is keep those heavy items close to the frame of that pack, and not, you don't want them stacked all the way up here. You want them kind of almost in the middle of your upper back right here. And now moving over to your lighter weight items that you don't need immediately. So this is gonna be like your things like spare uniforms and spare tops, things like that. Maybe if you've got like a headlamp that you don't keep on your kit, those kind of items can go in the lid of your pack, and if your pack doesn't have a compartment lid, it can just go really anywhere that you see fit inside your main compartment. And finally, we can talk about how we incorporate things like a assault pack and our camelback. So what I like to do is put my camelback inside my assault pack. Let's undo that real quick. So when it's full, put it inside the assault pack and kind of just leave the tube hanging out and clamp it back down together. And use, kind of strap and push everything back down. Use the top lid of the main ruck to hold the assault pack down. And the reason that you want to kind of do things this way is it makes the assault pack easy to get out and don when you need it. So when you're dropping your ruck off the ORP, you're getting ready to head out, all you got to do is just pop the lid of your rucksack and grab your assault pack, and it's already got your hydration bladder in there. You don't have to transfer the hydration bladder from your ruck to the assault pack. But anyways, we're gonna clamp that back down. See, I got my Camelback's water supply running right here, and that's where I like it. I like it on my left side, so I just pick it up. It's whatever, you can turn it to whatever side is your offhand, essentially. So that is how to pack a rucksack for patrol. If you have any questions, go ahead and just leave them down in the comments below, and I'll try to get them as soon as I can. Thank you.